Welcome back to the Delaware Way, helping young people in Delaware get more involved. That's the mission of the two women you're about to meet. Sarah LaFave is the co-founder and board president of Lori's Hands Incorporated, and Maggie Ratnayake is the director of Lori's Hands. Thank you so much for both for being here. Let's start with the basics. What is Lori's Hands?
So Lori's Hands connects college student volunteers with Delawareans who are living with chronic illness. So our student volunteers make home visits and assist people who maybe are going through cancer treatment or have been diagnosed with COPD or ALS, help them with simple things around the house that might be difficult when they're going through a health issue.
Now, you just recently hired Maggie, right?
We sure did. We're very excited about that.
And what is your job going to be?
So I'm the director of the program. So I will be overseeing a lot of the day-to-day operations, both recruiting new volunteers, overseeing client matches, and also working on expanding the program.
And you're headquartered right in an area where there's a lot of kids, right?
We are, yes. We're headquartered at the Star campus at the University of Delaware.
Do you have any trouble at all? You've been around for what, 7 years now?
Correct.
Any trouble at all attracting kids to the program?
Boy, I really can't say that we do. I mean, one of our challenges and one of the reasons that we hired Maggie is because we have trouble keeping up with the demand from our students, which is a really good problem to have. So really from both sides, from clients, community members who need the service, and from students who are really interested in getting involved, we have a lot of interest.
And you say you recruit? So do you go out to find kids to do this, or do you have enough that come to you?
There's two components. So Lori's Hands is a registered student organization on the campus of University of Delaware. So we have a great team of student leader volunteers who go out into the campus to tell people about the volunteer opportunities and to recruit them. And then we also have a course that's part of the University of Delaware curriculum that students can enroll in. And then as a component of that course, the students go out and volunteer with Lori's Hands clients.
And typically, what do they do when they're out in the community?
So, I mean, things that would be really simple for you and I, things like grocery shopping, maybe organizing a closet, that can be really tough if you're, using an oxygen tank or you're exhausted from going to dialysis the day before. So just help around the house, running errands, really simple things.
So there's two components to this. I know you are out recruiting kids and talking to the kids, but there's also people that need help.
Sure.
that contact your organization. How do they do that?
So typically we're getting referrals from social service agencies, from advocacy organizations like the ALS Association, the MS Society, the Cancer Center. So social workers, nurses, physicians will say, listen, we're focusing on the clinical treatment, but there's this whole other component of this patient's life that really needs some support, and that's when they would refer to Lori's Hands.
So I know the people who need the volunteers and the people that need the help, I know what they get out of it. What do the kids get out of it?
It's a really incredible program in that the student volunteers are often preparing to enter the healthcare arena when they join the professional world. And so the students, when they're volunteering with the clients, receive a lot of invaluable education and experience working with these clients. And a component of the program for the clients is that they agree to educate the volunteers about the real challenges that they face due to their chronic illnesses. And so it just really provides such a comprehensive education to these future healthcare professionals.
Is there a different place you have to go if you're looking for a volunteer or you want to volunteer, or is it all the same phone number and site?
It's all the same phone number and site. So our lorishands.org website is kind of the first point of contact for a lot of people. And we also, of course, have a phone number, so 302-440-5454. And that goes right directly to us for both clients and students who are interested in getting involved. My mom was Lori, actually, and when I was growing up, she was going through breast cancer treatment for a number of years. And I really saw, even with so much support for our family, how much was still unmet and how much was challenging. We still needed to keep the house clean, get groceries, and make meals, even when we were going through a really hard time. And we had a really supportive family, and some people don't have a really broad support network, and that's where our students come in. So I founded the organization in memory of my mom. She passed away when I was in high school, and it really kind of serves to honor her legacy. She was an active volunteer herself.
Well, that's great, and it's such a great marriage between the youth and people that need help, and I'm sure they both get a lot out of it. Give the website one more time for people to get involved.
Sure, it's www.lorishands.org.
Thank you both for coming in. Sarah LaFave is the co-founder and board president of Lori's Hands Incorporated, and Maggie Ratnayake is the director of Lori's Hands. And that wraps up the Delaware Way for this week. Leave your comments about what you've seen on today's show on our Facebook page, or reach me at Twitter. at the Delaware Way or at Larry Menti. We may read your thoughts on a future show. I'm Larry Menti. We'll see you again next week.